Have you ever noticed how you are your toughest critic? Most of us are extremely hard on ourselves. We get upset with ourselves when we make mistakes. We set the bar way too high and then berate ourselves when we fall short of them. Some of us subject ourselves to incredibly harsh self-criticism as we go through our daily lives. And we continuously tell ourselves that we're not good enough the way we are. All this leaves us with a persistent sense of inadequacy. But why do we engage in these behaviors? What's the problem with them? And how can we replace them with a kinder, healthier, and more productive way of treating ourselves? Today we'll be diving into a topic that touches almost everyone yet remains overlooked: self-compassion. Let's explore what self-compassion really is, why we can be so self-critical of ourselves, the significance of nurturing self-compassion, and how exactly you can develop this transformative quality. So let's dive in. Hi everyone, my name is Aiena. I'm a flight attendant and a cabin crew trainer. Apart from travel, other topics that excite me are leadership, health, and wellness. Welcome to this channel. The other day, I was cursing myself because I felt I could have done a better job in creating and editing one of my past videos. I wasn't happy with how it turned out. The conversation I was having in my head was, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid because I could have made that video look prettier and I could have shared more information in that video, and I was cursing myself non-stop. Now, like me, you might be knowingly or unknowingly criticizing yourself, but why do we tend to be so critical of ourselves? To start with, being self-critical has evolutionary reasons. Being critical could have made our ancestors more alert to potential threats. But what we need to realize is that in our present world, we're not running away from bears or tigers anymore, and that excessive self-criticism can be detrimental. Apart from this, there are a few other reasons. Our tendency to be self-critical and to feel inadequate can often stem from childhood. If your parents, caregivers, or teachers criticized every little action from the way you ate your food to the way you dressed yourself, and said disparaging remarks like you're stupid and you don't have a brain, after some time you started internalizing it. In the long run, to avoid it, you preemptively criticized yourself before they had a chance to do it for you. Now, I'm not saying that we need to blame our parents or guardians for everything in our lives, but recognizing where those critical thoughts come from can be helpful. For sure, in some situations, I think our parents or guardians helped us to become mentally strong. The other reason that we might not be thinking deeply enough about is societal expectations and pressures. They lead us to compare ourselves to others constantly and feel inadequate. Sadly, the consumerist and capitalist world that we live in, right from a young age, we're told to be the best. But the reality is, we can only be on top if others are below us, and that not everyone in a group can be number one. All these past experiences or internalized beliefs fuel negative self-talk and self-judgment. An antidote to self-criticism is self-compassion. So, what is self-compassion? According to Professor Kristen Neff, it's about treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer to a good friend. When facing difficult moments, instead of mercilessly judging and criticizing yourself, self-compassion allows you to be more kind and understanding towards your own flaws and inadequacies. It involves being mindful of your own feelings, accepting yourself the way you are, and being gentle with yourself, especially during challenging times. Before I share the 3 components of self-compassion with you, let's talk about what self-compassion is not. Self-compassion is not self-pity, self-serving, self-indulgent, or even self-centered. Something else that I hear some people say is that self-compassion will make you complacent. Well, working towards solutions has nothing to do with being kind to ourselves. Now, both things can exist at the same time. With that out of the window, let's understand self-compassion on a deeper level. Self-compassion consists of 3 key components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self-kindness is about showing kindness and understanding towards ourselves when we fail at something or when we are hurt. It's more than just giving hearts and flowers to yourself. Rather than being critical or judging ourselves harshly, when we're already feeling the pain, we can recognize the negative influence of self-judgment and treat ourselves with warmth and patience instead. Having common humanity means viewing our own individual experiences as embedded in a broader human experience rather than seeing ourselves as isolated or separate from others. So, when you're beating yourself up over something and saying things like, "Why me? I suck," or "I'm not good enough," remember that someone somewhere is going through a similar experience. That's what shared humanity is. Mindfulness is seen as the opposite of avoidance or over-identification with your thoughts, feelings, and even your situation. It entails acknowledging and labeling our own thoughts as opposed to reacting to them. We'll learn how to practice all 3 of them at a later stage. So let's now understand why self-compassion is so important. Think about it. When you beat yourself up constantly, does it actually motivate you to do better? Usually not, because your mind is in a negative loop with those hateful thoughts and feelings. Self-compassion, on the other hand, is a powerful tool. Research shows that self-compassionate individuals enjoy greater emotional well-being, they're resilient, and they have higher life satisfaction. It helps us navigate challenges with more grace and bounce back from setbacks with greater adaptability. Developing self-compassion can be a beautiful journey. Here are some ways to get started. Firstly, I'd like you to start by identifying and challenging negative self-talk. Replace self-critical thoughts with more compassionate and encouraging ones. If you're extremely self-critical, consider writing a compassionate letter to yourself during tough times. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Replace self-criticism with self-compassionate language. For example, if you spill something on your shirt, rather than calling yourself an idiot, tell yourself that it's okay, it can be cleaned later. Remember, you're not alone in experiencing difficulties. Acknowledge that making mistakes and facing challenges is a part of being human. When you open up to others and share your stories, you'll realize that so many people have gone through similar tough experiences. Rather than, sometimes we casually ask others, hey, how are you? Don't do that, and invest your time in listening to them about their struggles. Notice your self-critical thoughts without judgment. Just observe them and then let them go. You can practice self-compassion through a variety of mindfulness exercises. Apart from mindfulness, practice deep breathing as it reduces your stress hormone levels. Here's the thing, self-compassion isn't just about feeling good. It's about practicing kindness towards yourself, especially when things are tough. When we're going through a difficult time, it's important to accept it as a part of life and treat ourselves with kindness and care. Just remember, life will always throw those odd balls at you and will have its ups and downs. But remember, we're all in this together. Embracing self-compassion isn't just about feeling better. It's fundamental to our well-being. It helps us relate to ourselves and others with more grace and acceptance. By nurturing self-compassion, you'll also build resilience in the face of life's challenges. Remember that self-compassion is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with family and friends who might benefit from learning more about self-compassion. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below about your self-compassion journey. On that note, till we meet again, Aiena signing off, and may you be kind to yourself and embrace the power of self-compassion.